What's going on, guys? It is March already. This year is actually going by pretty quick. The work week never seems to go by quick, but next thing you know, it's a damn month's gone by. But Tuesday night, 9 p.m., that means Comic News Weekly. We have some great topics to discuss tonight. We're talking about another Marvel Fortnite collaboration. We are talking about a possible rumor of a Wolverine casting. We're talking about Jon Favreau and that insane Star Wars contract. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis told Keanu Reeves, hold my beer. She's got her own comic book coming out. But before we get into those, I want to welcome everyone into the chat. We got Ryan Khan going on. We got like 5 or 6 different Ryans in the chat tonight. So Ryan Khan, Rye Smelts. We got Rhino Verse. Welcome, everyone. And here in the show, in the panels, we have Mr. Tales from the Flip Side YouTube channel, Mr. Brian McClay. What's going on, bud?
What up, brother? It is, I can't believe it's March already. It means that the beautiful weather in Arizona is coming to a close. It was 85 degrees today. It's starting to get hot. So, damn.
And normally you would about to have some Cactus League going, but you don't even have that, do you?
Don't even got spring training, man. Nothing.
Yeah. Just hot ass weather.
Yeah. Yeah. And women.
I hope so. Also, from Dank Comics on YouTube, Mr. Dan Kim. What's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's March is here, and I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, so we're looking forward to it. Things are getting warmer, nicer, yeah, in the East Coast.
It's bracket buster season. And Andy Timberland, he is running late. He's not going to be here tonight. He's filming Southern Charm down there in Charleston right now, season 8, I believe. Actually, he had wisdom teeth removed, so hearts go out to him. But we do have Mr. Button Pusher, Mr. Dad Joke, the producer and owner of Comic Man Andy YouTube channel, Mr. Comic Man Andy.
What is good? Welcome back to another Tuesday. It's so good to be here and pushing some buttons. Speaking of pushing buttons, Dan, man, hey, do you know what a Stormtrooper's favorite store to shop at is?
No.
It's the one to the left of the Target.
Same with Cobra Commanders.
Yeah. Every G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew.
I really missed the mark on that one.
No, I did want to take a moment just to say, I know we're all jovial right now, but I don't want to speak for everyone here, but at the same time, I do want to take a moment to say our hearts and prayers go out to everyone that's out there in the Ukraine right now. There's some crazy stuff in the world going on. So hearts and prayers go out to Ukraine. Definitely following that on the news. And yeah, hope we still have Ukraine after all of this is said and done. I know we're going to have a broke ass Russia.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to, not to go too far into it, but to see how young these troops are that you see from Russia, and you look at them and they're like, it's my first time I've ever looked at military men and went, man, they look young.
That part sucks, but the resolve of the citizens and the resiliency that they're showing is great to watch. True patriotism, put it that way. So yeah, great topics we're gonna get into right now. We just had we just had DC and Fortnite recently with the Fortnite collaboration comic book. Those went kind of crazy over some redeemable codes within those comics. There was a Marvel Fortnite collaboration previously, but this June there is Marvel Fortnite Zero War, I believe it's called, right? And it's gonna show Spider-Man. We're gonna have Wolverine. There's Iron Man, who's not shown on there, but I also found it kind of crazy that we're going to have Shuri in there, which is always great to see. But it's a 5-issue miniseries, right? Coming out in June. It's teamed up with Epic Teams Development and Chris. Trying to remember the person that's writing this, but either way, redeemable tokens again. But Dan, you also had some additional information about those redeemable codes that are going to be in this first print issues of each issue 1 through 5, right?
Yeah, they're gonna be available for a week and then available to purchase by anyone. later, whereas the DC deal was like exclusive to the comic. So, speckers out there looking for that 1 week flip, I don't know. It might not be a good idea. And I'm feeling, I don't know what's going on. Does Marvel and DC feel like they're getting cheated on? Like, what is this? Like, how is this happening? I'm a little confused. But I'm interested because they said there's going to be ramifications in the Marvel universe after this. Is that BS? Is that for real?
Yeah,
Who's the
but
other people that are with him? Who are those other two characters?
those are Fortnite characters.
Okay.
That's gonna be they gave the names in the articles. Several fan favorites from Fortnite to hunt down the elusive Zero Shard. Will these allies be able to find it in time to avert catastrophe? And can the heroes of Marvel and Fortnite's realities hold off the imagined order long enough to give them a fighting chance? Christos Gage was the name that escaped me earlier. Who's the writer to run this?
But now Francis Yu covers too, which is always nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a bummer that they're doing that. I mean, that's what makes people go buy the comic that haven't bought the comic before. That's what you want. You want people to go buy the comics to get into the comics.
Yeah, I mean, it creates collectability in the comics, and then it also creates that crossover appeal between the people, because there's no denying Fortnite's a huge game still to this day. My youngest played it religiously. He kind of fell off it, but then a new season or whatever comes out, and he's back playing it again. So,
well, you know what's really crazy is, so I got my buddy Keith, who's my best friend I do the podcast with. He is super into Halo, right? And he's been looking for this Halo figure for the last 6 months, right? Because it has this cool skin that you can only get with or it's a Halo Funko figure. I'll share it real quick here. But it's a perfect example of what we're talking about. He's not into Funko Pops. He just wanted the cool skin that it comes with. Took him 6 months or 4 months to find it. He paid a ridiculous amount. He's never bought a Funko Pop in his life. And this is the reason why you do stuff like that. It's not, it's really weird that they're doing that they're just opening it up to everybody afterwards.
yeah, I mean, when that first Injustice game came out, I bought the collector's edition just because it came with the Injustice collector's comic.
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, because I remember my LCS, he was just like, again, a slew of new customers he never seen before during the DC Fortnite thing. And yeah, and it was good for him. He even like put just those comics like in the front, like in a way he never does, and it brought in all these people and like that didn't even know there was a comic book store in the neighborhood. So I don't know what do they think.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, I had
It's a little
tons of coworkers just showing up to my desks, handing me cash, like, "Hey, it's Wednesday. Can you grab that Fortnite book for me?"
Wow.
Yeah, and I had tons of people asking me just to pick up those books and bring them into work. So, kind of save them a trip. I'm already going. But nobody's talking about this one at work at all. You don't have to buy the book now, so people aren't interested.
Wow. You were doing the Insta flip.
No, not even. I mean, just charging cover price.
I'm kidding.
Wish I would have thought about that ahead of time. But a lot of people that don't buy comic books were buying into those DC Fortnite books for that reason, and they're not now.
And you see a lot of characters just within the Fortnite game, from what I've noticed. And I wonder if that trend's going to follow into, I won't say so much as independent publishers, but some of the smaller press. Like I could see, will there be a Walking Dead Fortnite collaboration or some sort, or not so much a licensed property like Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers? That's more possible, but I would like to see some of Something Is Killing Your Children Fortnite collaboration that has the character and the characters in the game, and then there's a comic book type adaptation or story to go along with it. I get Marvel and DC, and it makes a lot of sense, especially with the characters that people know, and it draws that cross partnership. But I personally, from a reader perspective, and I might maybe play Fortnite more if some of those other characters showed up in that game.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that book. Was that Keen? Was it Keen Spot that did the Fortnite books?
I think so.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, the independent publisher. But either way, I don't know if you guys in the chat or if you guys watching and comment, but down below, do you play Fortnite or are you gonna? Does this 5-issue series interest you to pick it up? I think Dan brought up a great point about hey, if that code's only good for a week and then you can buy it on the I said Fortnite on the Fortnite game. It kind of reduces the exclusivity, the symbology there.
Unless we get some sort of secret like key issue, you know, like something actually happening and that has ramifications, like some new character that's gonna that'll be the best.
Yeah, they do say in the article also if you sign up for the digital comic subscription to Marvel Unlimited, you get a limited time paid subscribers that read all 5 issues will unlock a code for an additional cosmetic in Fortnite.
That doesn't help LCSs, you know. I feel like that's that. Come on, you gotta. The publishers do not think about the LCSs enough. I don't think they're really thinking about the health of the LCS, which is the backbone of. I don't know. It's just not right.
I hear you, and you bring up a good point. But, yeah, especially if. Well, I'm just beating a dead horse at that point. If it's only lasted a week.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's terrible. It's bad.
Yeah.
They need to think a little bit better about that stuff. But, especially with the comic stores dying the way that they are.
Yes. So, to be honest, some of them deserve to. Some, not all, but yes. So you support the brick and mortars, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The good ones, at least.
It's
not the ones that check eBay at the counter. But, yeah, but we mentioned there's Wolverine that's going to be in this miniseries. But Dan, you also have a rumor of a possible Wolverine MCU casting, right?
Yeah, it's a rumor, but Taron Egerton from the Kingsman franchise is, you know, a fan favorite, you know, casting choice, and there's rumors about him being cast as Wolverine, but of course he denies anything is happening. However, he has said he would love to play the Wolverine, and considers this role similar to James Bond, as in maybe kind of a legacy character that different actors will play over time in the future. Because I mean, Wolverine is that kind of character. He's a mercenary. He can be redefined. He's got a kind of James Bond-esque thing to him. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think he's got the jawline for it, because that beard will come out real nice out of.
He's awesome in those Kingsman Secret Service movies, and I never understood. That's not to digress from this topic, but that's why I don't heavily invest in Mark Millar books, because the stuff that gets optioned. Secret Service took off when it first kind of became a movie, but then there's multiple other Secret Service movies, but those books don't do shit.
Yeah. No, he was really good. I would like him. How tall is he?
No, you want the small Wolverine.
Yeah.
You want the guy from the Kung Fu Master from Peacemaker playing Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He looks shorter.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta look that up.
Probably 5'8", 5'7". Who knows?
That would be cool if he is shorter. Let's just make it that. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But I think he'd be a good Wolverine. I'm cool with that. He's got the jaw for it, right?
Yeah, the jaw. No. And are we gonna see a comics accurate Wolverine costume? Will that ever happen? I wonder.
And when there one, like, not him in the suit, but wasn't like a post credit scene of the
I think it was cut. It might have been a cut scene.
Okay. Because I want to say it was somewhere where I remember seeing it. I was like, ooh, but then I don't think you ever saw him wearing it. Yeah. What do you think, Alberto?
I don't know what to think, honestly. I'm not really familiar with the actor. I haven't seen the Kingsman movies, and I guess I do know
now.
Play it, yeah. I might as well watch those, but I'll play it safe and kind of withhold my my thought process on this because I remember back in the day thinking Hugh Jackman was going to be a terrible Wolverine.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I know usually when I feel
Turned
like
out to be the
"Ooh,
only good thing about Fox X-Men movies.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Dougray Scott. I don't know if you guys remember the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2. He
Oh,
took
yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 instead of Wolverine,
Wow.
and that was the end of him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's not.
That
that's
is
not funny.
terrible. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But he really had that look. He had that kind of like a little overbite. He had that. He really looked like Wolverine. So he was sort of like the studio favorite.
I know,
But his
I know there was a bunch of fans wanting Danny DeVito as Wolverine at one point.
there was a petition for that too." The fan art coming out from the fandom was hilarious with the pictures of him as Wolverine.
And then another rumor was Eastwood. Is it Chris
Yeah.
Eastwood?
yeah. Clint Eastwood's son.
Yep. He's been rumored for the part also. And then there was another article today, which I found was funny because everyone's seen. We even talked about it in this stream, the Multiverse of Madness. I saw an article today that said Wolverine, Deadpool, and Tom Cruise have been cut from that movie. And I was like, how do we even know they were actually ever in there to begin with? Because it was all people seeing stuff and thinking, oh, that's that person, or the movie poster type stuff. But it's just crazy the way I won't say clickbaitish, but the way it's worded to go, oh man, they were in there, but they were cut.
Yeah.
Scott Eastwood,
Scott Eastwood. Yeah.
Samsonite. And
I don't know.
which we talked I think last week also about Scott Eastwood and the David Ayer cut for Suicide Squad. Now Scott Eastwood was supposed to be get a lot more love in the Ayer cut, and then I guess Clint Eastwood talked Scott out of showing up in the new Suicide Squad movie.
wait,
Really?
Scott Eastwood was in the first Suicide Squad movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, he was cut out or he was in it?
He was in it.
What did? I have no memory of
I have to
him.
go back and watch it again, but yeah, the David Ayer, not the James Gunn.
Yeah, David Ayer. I have
And
no memory of
then
him.
I
in
guess
it.
he was
Wasn't
set to
he,
return to the James Gunn one, but Clint
Was
Eastwood
he
talked him out of doing it.
That's weird.
But
Oh, interesting. Wow.
But let's say if Taron is not cast as Wolverine, as it's just a rumor, do you have your own private fan casting of
It's
who you
too
want to see
hard.
play Wolverine?
Wolverine is the one that's too hard for me. I can't think of anybody for it. That would be a good one. They just need to put somebody in there and it turn out to be good.
Yeah. Well, especially if you want the short one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the funny thing, them talking about Tom Cruise being in Iron Man or being Iron Man, I guess it's going to be interesting to see who we get, because I've also heard that Tom Cruise is not going to be. Tom Hardy would be good. Yes, that's a good one, Cantankerous. But I've also heard that Tom Cruise isn't in it, and he never was, and that we are getting superior Iron Man, like jerk Iron Man, and who could that be?
I just have a hard time seeing Tom Cruise in an MCU movie.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
have a
want
hard
that.
time seeing Tom Hardy as the Wolverine.
Well, he
I
can't
don't.
because he's Venom,
Well, yeah, I mean,
and they're combined now. So
even if he wasn't, though, I mean,
I'm sure he could do it. Did you see him in Bronson?
Yeah.
That man
Yeah.
can transform.
I
Yeah.
love my favorite Tom Hardy role is in Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders and
Yep.
that movie, was it Warrior, was good.
Warrior was good. Anything Tom Hardy does is really good, man. There's very few things that he's in that is terrible. You know what I mean? Like, it's most of the stuff he's in is decent.
What about
See,
the
I'm-
other Peaky Blinders guy, Scarecrow, Cillian Murphy?
No.
I'm with
I mean-
MVS here. There's so many unknown people out there that they just
Yeah.
find that right combination that nobody knows, and they become the next new Wolverine.
Yeah, you just need a charismatic unknown. I think it's better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree with that. That way,
I
there's
agree.
no preperceived notion because they're always going to compare him to whatever other roles he's known for, anyways. When you put someone in there, but yeah, you need to watch the Kingsman Secret Service movies, Beardo, especially if you like Samuel L. Jackson's a villain. He's got a lisp, but all of them are good. Especially that one chick with like the villain that had like the stilts, the sprint stilts or whatever, and the knives. I haven't watched the new one. Was it? I think it's just called Kingsman, right?
Yeah,
prequel or whatever.
Prequel with Ralph Fiennes and fighting Rasputin. Yeah. Dinklage.
There's your short Wolverine.
Yeah. I mean, I think Robert Pattinson might have been good, actually, to be honest, but that's done. That can't happen.
I don't know. I agree. Like, think outside the box. Bring someone in that no one really knows. And
yeah, I think that's the best way.
All right, guys, I'll do it.
DJ Qualls.
I'll be the Wolverine.
Yeah, there you go. I think DJ Qualls should be.
Somebody said Peter Dinklage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage has a new thing coming out, I saw.
Well, isn't he supposed to be in Thor again?
He's dropping hints.
He's in his own film, Cyrano, where he plays Cyrano de Bergerac, and he fights with the sword pretty well. And I think it's a musical because I heard they sing. Yeah, I think they sing.
It was better when it was called Roxanne and had Steve Martin in it.
Yeah.
I used to live in a neighborhood he lived in or whatever, and I would see him walk his with the baby stroller and the baby and his daughter walking, and his little daughter, and they're just walking down the street, and everyone's pretending not to see him, but everyone knows he's there.
Is his daughter regular size?
Yeah. That was cool.
Who wrote Cyrano? Is that an Alexander Dumas book?
Dumas.
I don't remember. I don't think it's a Dumas.
Mr. Dumas.
Edmund Rostan, right? Yep. Oh, I was way off.
Do you guys remember The Truth About Cats and Dogs?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Cyrano adaptation.
Oh. Do you remember Secret Life of Pets? I'm just kidding.
I didn't watch that, no.
We're getting off the rails.
Yeah.
But Andy, there's also some big news within Star Wars, which is well deserved, right?
This is very interesting to see because I just kind of thought this was automatically already happening, but Jon Favreau signed insane Lucasfilm contract after the success of Star Wars The Mandalorian. Following the success of The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau has been a constant presence in the world of Star Wars, standing alongside Dave Filoni as the creatives that most fans consider responsible for most of what comes to the small screen. According to a report at Puck, Favreau was originally only get in my head there. Favreau was originally only signed on for the first season of The Mandalorian, and after it exploded in popularity, he was able to leverage that to get an insane deal with Lucasfilm to stay on board. No details were offered, as the contract only came up in the larger context of analyzing Disney's streaming model. So, what's interesting about this, the article continues to go on to say that none of the rights or monetary values or none of the cuts from the action figures or the toys are going anybody's way but Disney. It's just the show. It's just some perks from directing. So what do they really mean by insane deal then?
Well, Disney doesn't usually
numbers.
Yeah, well, Disney doesn't usually hire somebody for long periods, like saying, "Oh, he's going to be doing stuff with us for a long time." They usually don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
They can't let go of him now. They have to keep him forever and ever.
And they seem to. Well, they're doing season 3 now. But what I did like also is not only for Favreau and of course Filoni, but they also brought back a lot of the same directors from the first season into the second season. But he gets paid in Beskar. There you go.
I'm with Smelts here too. Howard, she's been killing it.
They're saying that she might get her own movie to direct.
Yeah, may as well.
Well, I think Favreau also like came in at a time where his thing is he's made his thing the series, the streaming series, and because he's good at doing those streaming series now, he's able to show how good he is at doing it. They went and they're probably looking at all the money they're not bringing in from theaters anymore, and they probably went, all right, we got somebody that knows how to do streaming series. He's good at it. Let's just keep him in there until we figure this out.
Not to mention, he was the flagship for Disney Plus launch.
Yeah.
There was nothing besides the normal Disney content that and the Disney shows. The biggest thing that brought in new subscribers outside of Disney was Mandalorian at launch for Disney Plus.
Well, and didn't he play a very critical role in the development process and construction of that new filming studio with all those LED screens, that big hub that they film in that literally gives them a stage anywhere? He played a major role in that, if I remember correctly, didn't he?
Yep.
Well, Favreau is the one that kicked off the MCU with Iron Man, and then Iron Man 2 failed, and he sort of like in Cowboys and Aliens, I don't know if you remember that kind of failed too, and he kind of disappeared, and then they gave him
too, that live action
but Jungle Book went crazy, right? And I think he knows how to play ball with Disney, and I think because like Feige's somebody Disney also is probably given a sweetheart deal, right? So I think Disney's realizing because Kathleen Kennedy also has a sweetheart deal, but I think she's not really the creator producer, right? Whereas like Favreau and Feige are a little more creator-ish
in the
producer.
trenches.
Yeah, so I think they're realizing like that's probably the way they should go. Because when they make stuff by committee, it's just like everyone just hates it. Like let the creator, hold their vision and say something, I think Disney's probably realizing that's a better way to go because they didn't know if Mandalorian was going to do as well. I don't know what the hell happened with Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, it was terrible, man.
Oh man, I don't know what the hell.
The only good parts were the Mandalorian parts,
and even those parts were bad.
But Favreau wrote a lot of that. He wrote that for, and this after this sweetheart deal happened, right? So like they did that deal after Mandalorian 1, and then so he's doing Book of Boba Fett, and because he wrote a lot of those, and it was
terrible.
It was like Dances with Wolves, but a bad Dances with Wolves.
With Back to the Future speedsters.
Okay, like there were some not so great parts in there, but there were some parts in there that were some of the best Star Wars content that have been on the screen in a decade.
Like what?
I'd have to go back, and there's like 3 highlights my wife and I talk about.
Cad Bane showing up.
Yeah,
showing up,
right?
Yeah.
And then he dies 40 minutes later. Not even 40 minutes later, right?
No, in the next episode, didn't he die?
Yeah.
Wait, he was in one episode? No, 2, right?
Oh, well, he was in the last 5 minutes.
Right. So that's really one.
So like he didn't get shit, right? So there's one. The silly Boba Fett stuff, the silly Grogu stuff was so dumb. Those Vespas were cheesy.
Yeah.
But at least Boba did ayahuasca in the desert, right? And he found the stick, right? He was able to do ayahuasca.
The Tusken Raider stuff was the only cool part, and then they kill him off. Like, what are you doing? Like, one of the coolest parts, and you just kill him off immediately. Get out of here.
Well, title aside, the whole Darksabers portion in the series was really good too. Tying some of that.
Him not being able to pick it up.
But that was Mandalorian. That was not Boba Fett.
Yeah, I said Star Wars content. Title aside,
so great.
I mean, you got to look at this. Talking about Filoni and Favreau being kind of the creatives in the trenches, so to speak. Their names continue to go hand in hand with the streaming service of Star Wars, and the next 10 years is going to be absolutely phenomenal when it comes to Star Wars content across the board. In my opinion, I think we're just going to see continued content streaming, and I don't know where do movies go from here.
Book of Boba Fett was more like a short fucking story.
I mean, maybe I'm being a dick, right? Because it's really hard to make shit. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. It's really hard to create stuff, but it's like as if like Favreau does really good, then they give him more, and then he fucks it up. It's like Iron Man 2. Like it's just Jungle Book and then Lion King. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you did good. Here's some more, and then he fucks it up.
I think it's because
I'm oversimplifying everything.
Original Star Wars fans also had a preconceived idea in their head of how Book of Boba Fett should play out.
Yeah, we didn't think it was gonna be Lollipop Gang, though. I mean,
Well,
No.
here's the thing: when Obi-Wan comes out, and if it's better than Book of Boba Fett, then there's going to be a lot to be talked about, right? Because Favreau doesn't have anything to do with that, right?
who is the show runner?
It's Joby Harold.
Who
is writing
that?
it. It's executive produced by Kathleen Kennedy, Michelle Rawan, Deborah Chow, Ewan McGregor, and Joby Harold. So, and it's directed by Deborah Chow. So, I mean, if that comes out and it is good, and it is better than Boba Fett, which I think it's probably got a pretty good chance to be better than Boba Fett, consider how bad Boba Fett was after Episode 2.
How do you know the Book of Boba Fett being original Star Wars trilogy? Maybe Favreau was constrained and Kathleen Kennedy was feeding him storylines he could use for it just to sabotage him.
Could have happened because I don't trust that bitch at all either, man.
Ooh, Josh has got a good comment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I am a writer. I write multi-layer ensemble pieces. I have a gangster drama I wrote, a sci-fi gangster. If I had a team of people, a team of writers, I could have done better than that. I would never have had Boba Fett walking around.
It is right there.
It's just crazy.
That's it right there.
I want to
Surrounded
see
by
Batman
nice
times
guy.
2. He is outthinking everybody. He's
he's shooting first on everybody. He is literally what Cad Bane was in that show.
Right.
A gangster. He is the man with the gun. He is Clint Eastwood in those westerns. That's what he is.
Yes. Yeah.
They had it was set up for them perfectly. I'm angry. I know.
I didn't like how first episode he's surrounded a bunch of people with shields and he's just stuck there. Bitch, you got a fucking rocket on your back. Fly out of there.
I mean, I thought for instance, if I was shooting that scene, I'd have had him instantly start killing people so fast, and then I don't know, whatever. I don't know.
Dude, that scene was so slow. It was supposed to be. Remember how they were saying how fast those things are supposed to be, and you're watching them, and they're
trolling.
Yeah, what the? This is some of the worst scenes. And here's the thing that was so surprising to me. I was even after episode 2, I'm like, okay, still give it some love. The Tusken Raider stuff was cool. Robert Rodriguez is awesome. He's gonna pull this one out, and I feel like Robert Rodriguez just he shit the bed big time, man.
Was he the Power Rangers director?
No, he's
he did that
Rodriguez.
episode.
Oh, he did do that. Okay.
I mean, yeah, he did Spy Kids. I mean, it's just you got Spy Kids all up in there. Instead of Desperado, we got Spy Kids, right? Even instead of Alita, Battle Angel, we got Spy Kids 2.
He was Dust Till Dawn's director also, wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, him and Tarantino this,
wrote
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I have this. I don't know.
But
Gangster
now
is a little too rough. I get it, but still, Boba Fett is a gangster that was trained by an even more ruthless gangster. You know what I mean?
I mean, he looked like he just wasn't scared of Vader. I mean, but a guy not scared of Vader is being a little biatch all over the galaxy. But Disney, there was a comment mentioning this is because of Disney or whatever, but because of it's not one of our news stories, but Disney's going to introduce parental controls just for the Daredevil shows coming out on Disney Plus.
Really?
So yes, because it doesn't fit the brand, right? Unless Disney adds
I can't put this shit on Hulu.
Little Mickey Mouse blog for the kiddies, right?
Yeah.
I wish that happened before the Book of Boba Fett.
That's
plans,
actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point because I like how McClay drew on the fact that we were supposed to be seeing a lot more Clint Eastwood, a lot more spaghetti western, and a lot more gunslinger from Boba himself. And we got
Man in Black shit.
But
yeah, we got this tiny little
Mando
bit from Cad. We got this tiny little bit from Cad Bane in the last third or the last quarter of the season. Yeah, that makes a good.
Not even the last quarter. The last episode in 5 minutes, bro.
True.
And that character. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't realize this. Cad Bane is for kids that are in their 20s right now, just getting into 20 or 18 to 22. Cad Bane is their Darth Maul. Cad Bane is their Darth Vader. It is the character they love. They love.
You
Cad
reminded
Bane.
me of Ed Harris in Westworld.
Yes. Yeah, the Man in Black. Like
Mhm.
it's so bad how they fouled that up. And hope to God they're listening to everybody going, oh no, you heard that beep at the end. That means he's still alive. And they'll bring him back, because I feel like that wasn't their plan. You know what I mean? I feel like they fouled that thing up so bad that they just
Just like
thought, oh,
Kingpin's not dead.
yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong here, but Cad Bane was modeled directly after Lee Van Cleef, the American actor who played
Cleef.
Van Cleef, who played Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, right?
The Man in Black. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef was the Man in Black, and that's why they call Ed Harris, right, the Man in Black in the Western, because he's playing that Lee Van Cleef role.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it was. That's what Boba Fett was supposed to be like.
I'm surprised they didn't give Guy Ritchie something, because he's a good studio boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have done the Book of Boba Fett. He's got that gangster, repertoire, right? It's part
Snatch,
of his oeuvre.
one of the best.
Snatch, a Lock, Stock, and
Yeah.
Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh God, that was a good one.
Even you know what? I hate to say it, like I don't hate to say it. I know it got a lot of shit, but his last thing that he did, the Prince Arthur shit, was good. I like that. The Prince Arthur one that he did, or the Sword in the Stone one. He did Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
Oh
watched it.
yeah,
I was
with
trying to-
Charlie
I thought it was-
Hunnam.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was great, dude. Yeah, it's just weird stuff.
I'm still excited. I'm still pumped for the future. Maybe, things that ship didn't get steered as well as it could have been, but the next 10 to 15 years of Star Wars content is going to be nuts. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm very wholeheartedly in the same belief system as a lot of other people out there that they are now writing Star Wars comics and books for the purpose of streaming media going forward in the future. Like I'm really like, Dank, I think you brought that up some time ago. And the more Star Wars books that I buy on New Comic Book Wednesday, and the more I'm reading, I'm like, oh yeah, he's really onto something here.
Well, you got a long box of recent Star Wars books right now. You just hold.
Yeah, I've been reading everything and buying everything, and it's been some have been hit or miss, but the collectability, the enjoyment behind it's been a lot of fun.
I still will say, I think Star Wars books are probably the most sure keys. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty solid for keys, like to hold. But we'll see. Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing, and we're also getting rumors, like the rumors are hot and heavy that they're going Old Republic, old school, Revan, High Republic era. They're going back, right? And a lot of those Dark Horse era books, are from those weird time periods. So they'll continue to rise. The Revan books, the Knights of the Old Republic, the Old Republic. A lot of people don't think about the one that the Old Republic that's based on the game. That's different from the Knights of the Old Republic. Errant Deluge, and these are a lot of books that you never see. You know what I mean? Ever. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with those.
Boba Fett over Last Jedi. FYI, just.
Oh yeah,
There was a comment. Yeah, last.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I
at least
just got done.
Tried. At least Boba Fett, they tried. Like.
I just got done I did a podcast show today where we talked about Boba Fett, and that's one of the things that we talked about. We said, you know what? It was still better than the 7, 8, 9. Like when Ryan Johnson did exactly what Robert Rodriguez did to me with Boba Fett times 1,000. Like I thought Ryan Johnson was going to go in there and destroy it. Brick was such a great movie. Looper was a good movie. I thought he was going to kill it, and he went in there and he shit the bed 10 times over, man. And then they couldn't even fix it. Like they had to go and ruin it even more with bringing back what's his name, like
Abrams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Emperor, the Emperor,
Oh.
and the Emperor. Oh, Palpatine. Like what the F?
making her a Palpatine is so stupid. Killing off what's his name was so stupid. You know what they should have done in order to fix 7 and 8? They should have kept Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver alive and let them go make and now Kylo Ren is back to being a Jedi and he's a badass, just wrecking shit as a Jedi.
Oh yeah,
making little baby Jedis.
Redemption.
Like that's what they should have done. Yes.
I mean, the reason Mando the end of season 2 made us cry so much was because of Johnson, right? Like that's why it made people so like because it was heartbreaking. That's the reason we cried. Like if it wasn't so heartbreaking, I don't know if we would have cried, you know?
Yeah.
Did you all cry? I cried. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With Luke? You just hit mute. You just muted yourself.
I just couldn't just like, you know, a lot of people. I was overwhelmed because
Because that's what you wanted. You always wanted
Yeah.
badass Jedi Knight Luke.
And then you felt like how it felt more heartbreaking what they did too. After you see that, you're like, oh man, they really did F that
I
up.
thought
Yeah.
Luke sucked in the Book of Boba Fett episode.
Well, here's the thing. Here's where they messed him up. They messed him up because of that uncanny valley thing. There's something wrong with his eyes. But here's the thing. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw that he was building a new temple and he was going to start training new Jedis, I was like, there's the next show. Let's continue this. Let's see a Jedi training Jedis. That's what I want. And then they shit the bed on that too. They sent Grogu to go be the Mandalorian.
But I mean, you could still do that though, what you just said, right?
They
like, and just have him go through a lot of trials and like a lot of heartbreak too, you know, good, like glories and failures. And then it explains the Last Jedi shit where
I want to know,
like, make it make sense because it doesn't make any fucking sense, right?
You gotta show when he trains Leia how to fly around in space.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing. They said, well, they can't do that because it will retcon, you know, Kylo Ren being his first, you know, trainee. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't care about that. I forget about that.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah.
Just like they forgot about Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, right? They just like and did it anyway, right? So
yeah. I agree 1,000%.
Do it again, man.
Yeah.
F. What the F?
Yeah, don't mess up Ahsoka. They better not mess up Ahsoka. I have a feeling Obi-Wan's going to be good. I have a decent feeling, even though, you know, Kathleen Kennedy's involved in it. Like, I have a feeling it's going to be good.
I hope Hayden Christensen's good in it because I couldn't stand him in the original 3.
Well, he got really screwed by bad writing on that, man. I mean, he wasn't the greatest actor, but
sand. I hate sand.
Yeah,
sand everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, prediction wise? You think we'll see Black Chrysanthemum in Obi-Wan and that origin of the scar, so to speak?
We better.
Yeah. I'm holding on to a lot of those issues. Yeah, I got a couple of those.
I think we're going to see a lot of young Luke and him crying about having to take care of Luke, and then Owen saying, "Why are you being so creepy?" And we're going to get a lot of flashbacks, I think.
He's going to be like, "Oh, you're trying to hide him where he's from, the last place he would look," right?
Yeah,
they have to explain that shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, this is something I love thinking about at home too. Dr. Afra, when, where, who, and how. But when does Obi-Wan drop again?
March.
Coming out this
next month.
Yeah.
Wait, is it?
Oh wait, no, it is. Oh my
March,
God,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has there been a trailer?
Yeah, they had a teaser, didn't they?
But was it like one of those like storyboard teasers? You know, was it? It was one of those storyboard teasers, right?
Yeah.
Is it March? Maybe it's not. Hold on.
I'm thinking
of. No, I'm thinking of
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yeah. I'm thinking of Moon Knight. Let's see here. Obi-Wan show.
Moon Knight's the 30th.
I saw a big post billboard.
May 25th.
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not too far off.
M month.
Yeah.
2 months. No, 3 months. 2.5 months. I don't know. I can't math. May 24th.
What I want to know is Ewan McGregor gonna start like, you know, going bald? Is he gonna do that? I think that they should go for it. And that's a bold decision. Just let him start thinning, his hair thinning out. His force is not helping grow the hair, you know, like that's what I want. I want to see the balding of Obi-Wan. That's what I want to see. Like let's get real.
Ice Cube's in it?
What?
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
No, his son's in it. Ice Cube's son's in it.
Okay.
O'Shea
Jackson Jr. Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
We've successfully gone off the rails, Brian.
Yeah. That's fine. The last topic isn't super
It's weird. Let's jump to that last topic because
Yeah,
it is
I mean,
super weird.
Jamie Lee Curtis writing a comic, y'all.
Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like part of me is like, didn't Mother of Dragons already show us that like the type of stuff Jamie Lee Curtis is trying? Like it just and here's what it's about. Okay, so Mother Nature, a new eco horror created by Jamie Lee Curtis. Great. I need to know more about the environment now. Like co-written by Russell Goldman, drawn by Carl Stevens.
Well, it's going to be a movie.
Yeah, graphic novel has been adapted from a script from an upcoming Comet Pictures and Blumhouse horror movie of the same name that is directed by Jamie Lee Curtis. Of course, it doesn't look good. Look at this. It looks bad. Like, look at this. Look at that.
I didn't want to go there,
It looks bad.
because
If
I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
it looks like Fumetti. It looks almost like Fumetti, right?
Yes.
Like he took fucking photos of his friends and he's sketching over the photos. This doesn't look like.
That's exactly what it looks like. It
Yeah,
looks like maybe part of the movie that they already have. I don't know.
This is like the storyboards from the movie, is what you're saying, and they just threw color on it.
No. It looks like they took He took photos of his friends and then he sketched over the photos. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It just too
real.
Yeah, it's too real.
Just their standing, their poses, like you can tell.
They're not dynamic enough because in real life you don't move dynamically like comics, like Kirby, fucking redefined, like illustration that way, and we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that kind of thing,
Like this right here looks just like Waking Life a little bit, right? Doesn't this remind you of Waking Life right here? Yeah. Anyways.
I mean, it's weird that they're just releasing a graphic novel too, which it was just like a instant like sales killer, right? Like they should. I would think you would do single issue.
And I'll be honest, this doesn't look like something I want to read either.
No,
it looks bad.
I mean, story wise though, it
is
does.
he doing thumbs up and holding a wrench?
Like that's pretty creepy right there, but still, like.
I mean, it does look better than Mom though.
Yes.
Because that was just nonsense. It was nonsensical. That's that mother. I read it. I tried to look. Is there anything good about this? It made no sense. Like I just couldn't understand what was happening. It was like a panic attack.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
But Blumhouse is back in it, I guess.
Yeah.
You got Daria down there in the bottom panel.
It's very interesting.
You can pre-order it now on Amazon.
Titan Comics, proud publishing the eco horror graphic novel Mother Nature. Of course, you're gonna call it Mother Nature. I follow Jamie Lee Curtis on Instagram for some reason. Probably had to been like when
Trading
she
Spaces
was
days.
Because she had the greatest tits in the world when I was a kid. Like when I first saw that, I was like, like that is how every until I got old enough to see tits for the first time.
She looked like Val Kilmer.
Yeah, she was amazing, dude. And then there's that rumor out there that's so great. Like I want to know if that rumor is true. Definitely wanted to know about it when she was in Trading Spaces, but yeah, man, weird stuff. I don't know. I'll be interested to see if it sells any copies.
It probably will take off.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder. Let's see how many copies they have coming out. Do they say?
No, it's a graphic novel.
It's a trade.
It's a trade. Yeah, I mean,
it's a trade,
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. You're in. I don't know why they would even do that. Like why? Yeah. And Titan, Titan of all the publishers, you're gonna make a trade out of a celebrity and film endorsed series. Why would? Who made that choice? Why would they make that choice unless it's like the first issue sucks? I mean, what? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I think the whole thing sucks.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird, but we'll see what happens.
I'm not the key demographic for it, though. Obviously.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's the other thing. Like, it's really weird when you get old and you realize that you are those old people and the
Get off my lawn.
yeah, and you're
Well-
like you kids are crazy, man.
I will say the difference though with Keanu is that he worked with a comic book writer to make something that they were like what comic book people love, right? Like they were trying to like cater to comic book people, right? Whereas this and Mom seems like they're trying to preach to us, but like we're not. What? Why?
Yeah.
Why would you
There's
do
not
that?
even
I
a
don't.
bunch of yogurt in the panels and shit.
It's like you're writing comics for Instagram, but it's like the audience. It's not the audience. We're not the audience. We're not that audience. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
it's like you're walking into the room without knowing what
seems
you're
very
doing.
forced.
Like,
Yes, there you go.
It seems
There
very
you go.
forced.
Yep, you hit it on the head there. It's the best way to put it.
Well, that topic's out of the way.
I just won $8 billion yesterday. I'm gonna write a comic.
yeah.
I don't
If
know.
anything, why don't you write a Halloween comic?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. If you're gonna write horror, what are you doing writing this stuff? Keanu
Keanu
is
is
comic
comic
people.
people.
Yes.
Huge comic fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I think this feels like tourists. It feels like tourists coming in, whereas like the Keanu project was like, we're like, oh yeah, we can get on board with this.
Yeah, it's weird.
Especially Andy, right? You really got on board with that.
I did, but now I'm frustrated because they stretched it from 6 issues to 12 issues, and now it reads like a comic book that's supposed to be 6 issues with a bunch of filler in it to make it 12.
Yeah, I gotta admit that I
That's
do feel the same way.
That they ruined the pacing with that. It takes away from the. Oh well.
Wow. Speaking of which, tomorrow is new comic book day. What are you getting, Beardo?
Ooh, as McClay pulls up League of Comic Geeks, Nice House on the Lake is back finally
Great
after
paper.
a little bit of hiatus. Issue 7 is out. I'm looking forward to reading that. This will be the first time in quite some time that I picked up a DC book on Wednesday, which is still my new comic book day is Wednesday.
The trade for the first volume's out tomorrow too.
Is it really? Nice.
That makes
That's
sense.
a creepy cover right there, man.
Oh yeah. So you're not grateful for all this shit here. How about some rats?
It's
I'm looking forward to
Ratatouille.
that. And then as far as like collectability goes, there's a lot of talk behind Star Wars High Republic 15 right now. So I'm going to be really looking into that, as some of you guys that watch my content regularly know that I pretty much buy all Star Wars copies and covers and everything coming out. So,
Well, I think that the Star Wars book to be looking at isn't High Republic 15 this week. I think it's this book right here, High Republic Eye of the Storm, man, number 2. Like we all know this character, this Marshawn Rowe character is badass. Look at these, look at how good these covers are. Oh my god.
See,
All
you
the
know what
covers
this-
for that are good this week.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what's-
especially this one. The
McClay,
Noda
somebody
one-
got smart.
Mhm.
McClay, somebody got smart. And you know what they're doing here with this Eye of the Storm and the other one before this, the Star Wars High Republic, these like little mini adventures in here.
Uh-huh.
They're doing what they did during the Dark Horse era when
Yep.
you got like the Rite of Passage or the Emissaries or some of those other stuff. They got smart and they're giving us more more finite, like it's like having a sharper edge on a knife when it comes to Star Wars content. That's you're in, you're out, you're rewarded. You don't need a lot of backstory or history. Just good quality Star Wars content that's kind of like without being a ton like
It's
a bunch
good,
of like
man.
drawn out miniseries.
Yeah. I love this character. Love the Nile. It's the only good thing that came out of High Republic. Other than you guys know I love High Republic Adventures, but
I mean, they also got the gruesome monster creatures now in Star Wars now that are like because of High Republic. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. They got like body horror monster shit going on. So maybe we'll see that in Star Wars because we've never really seen anything like that in Star Wars.
yeah, here you go. Here's they made this chick look so creepy, man. What's her name? I always forget her
Rattler.
name.
I just read that.
Yeah, she came from High Republic. She was on the Wanted Comics variant, right? God dang it, I always forget her name, but she is creepy looking when she takes off her mask.
So Eye of the Storm had how many variants?
2.
It had 2.
Same
Huh.
with High Republic 15. This one's not too bad right here. Pascal Ferry one. I like this a lot.
What else are you getting tomorrow, Andy? I know another Star Wars book you haven't mentioned yet. You probably pre-ordered like 7,000 copies. Second print.
Yeah, that second that second print Sprouse variant for Darth Vader 20 is out tomorrow, and that was, I think, open ordered. There should be quite a few out there. I do know that I'm definitely a huge fan. It being the second print of the first cover appearance on a comic book for Din Djarin and Grogu.
What do you think about the word that they're doing a Mandalorian book? It's going to be a direct adaptation.
Yeah.
June? Yep,
That
June.
was the topic I wanted to use instead of the Jamie Lee book, but I figured 2 Star Wars topics.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. Like, why do a direct adaptation?
For
Insta-key, I guess.
Yeah.
Does that make it an insta-key?
I don't
Would
know.
that be the first
Probably.
Grogu in a comic?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
So it's gonna be the most over-ordered insta-key ever.
Yep.
And I'll still be just as happy to order it and read it. That's kind of where I'm at with Star Wars content, like Mandalorian, and this stuff is like, I can't get enough.
Would you read a Boba Fett direct adaptation?
I would. I would. I'd fall for it.
Is it really going to be a direct though?
Yeah, that's right here. A direct adaptation for Mandalorian. Yeah, it's a maxi, like an 8-issue series or something like that. Something like weird. Yeah.
I mean, I was used to that when I was 8 in the 90s.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Like,
hey, let me have my nostalgia here.
Yeah.
Is that it for you, Beardo?
It is.
McClay.
I like the Devil's Reign Spider-Man #1 just because I like this Rose character.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool character, a cool idea. I like the way he looks. But this Bagley variant looks not very good. Like, is
that Bagley?
Yeah, it's supposed
that
to be.
Looks like a Rose Besh, to be honest.
Yeah, this doesn't look like Bagley. Like, what is this? So I don't know what this is, but I really like. I'm looking forward to this series. So we'll see what happens. Let's see.
Wait, you're sure that's not Bagley?
Yeah, Bagley. It says variant cover artist Mark Bagley.
Bagley, yeah. That's
Z
so
Carlos, maybe it's Z Carlos.
Huh.
I don't see Rose Besh. So, but this is the regular cover. This looks more like Bagley than the other one.
Right.
Yeah, this is that Z Carlos guy.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I like this character, so I'm very interested to see that. Another one is Black Panther 4's got a really...
yeah, that's what I have on mine. That Stephanie Hans cover is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, just kills it. So that's the 1 in 25 Stephanie Hans variant for Black Panther #4.
I'm already hearing rumors that LCSs are planning on limiting copies to consumers, 1 per.
For this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of all the covers for #4, a lot of them are sold out online.
Interesting.
But that's a nice cover too. I like that
It
Hans
is.
variant though.
Yeah, the Hans one's really nice. The LaRocca I haven't seen. Let's take a look at it. I like this one too. This one's not bad.
They give you the tiny picture for that one.
Yeah,
Great.
like get the hell out. Yeah, that's not bad. It's pretty cool. So there's that.
I actually like the Gwen X. It's Nodo though. I like.
Yeah, because it's Nodo, and these covers have nothing to do with Gwen. I don't know why they. That's not Gwen there. That's 100% Jean Grey, right? Like.
No, that's Gwen. I got a black headband. I can show you. Like, I just put that on. I'm Gwen too. Like that.
Yeah.
It's got the.
Yeah. And Josh, I'm super excited. I'm a huge Josh Williamson fan, but I'm excited for Zdarsky taking over Batman.
125, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna actually have me possibly buying Batman on the regular because of Zdarsky doing that.
I'll definitely read it on the regular. That's for sure.
Yeah, when I say buying, I mean reading too. I just kind of
Wait. What do you mean reading and not buying? What is this? What are we talking about right now?
I buy enough comics to have to buy ever. Maybe they're sending them my way. Maybe that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also gonna. I'm excited about the Zdarsky Batman. I wonder if
What
the
else are you excited about?
Well, the Batman
The number
movie.
one, the movie.
No, the movie
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out. Sorry, I
Yeah.
know it's not really new comic
I'm
day,
going to
but
see it too. Yeah.
oh man, are you guys so far? Ooh,
All the
I'm
reviews have
hyped.
been so good.
What
There's
weekend?
was it that Loaded Bible, right? Blood on
Yeah.
My Blood. There's a Scott Forbes cover for that I actually really like.
Loaded Bible, man. I remember this back in the old school
Yeah.
days.
And then Scott, I love Sealy on those type books, but that Negative Space
Ooh.
Scott Forbes variant.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy crap!
yeah. And then there's this one, cover D,
This is a follow-up series.
Yeah.
and a blank sketch. But yeah. Is this the one you were talking about, Brian?
Yep.
Man. Interesting.
And then also from Image, Newburn. Speaking of Chip Zdarsky's
Yep,
been good.
number
Issue
4, right?
4 comes out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I
like that
it's
cover.
Zdarsky, but it also, I mean, because of that noir stuff, I I have like a Brubaker vibe to it. But,
Yeah.
Rogue Sun #1 from Image also comes out tomorrow, which is Ryan Parrott. A whole Image superhero stories going off with that, and
I mean, Image Power Rangers, right? I mean,
yeah.
Ooh. If we're just kind of shooting off the cuff here, Follow Me Into Darkness is the sequel to go up one more.
You Promised Me Darkness.
Yeah, it's a sequel to You Promised Me
Behemoth
Darkness
book.
from.
Where is it?
That-
I'm not seeing it.
Scroll up a little bit more, right there.
Right there.
There, yeah, similar kind of aesthetic.
Yep. Now, You Promised Me Darkness was an instant sellout for Behemoth, and went to like 5 or 6 printings for issue 1, and they've all kind of got this negative space red or black background, and it's one of the first indie comics that I've seen recently, like modern indie comics, that did black and white, that did as well as it did, that was really enjoyable to read, but also go to like 5 or 6 printings on issue 1. I'm actually going to be really interested to read this tomorrow. I'm going to have to make sure I get this on my pull.
I'm actually excited to also read What If Miles Morales Became Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And with the multiverse, who knows?
Where
It'll
is
probably
it? There it
show
is.
up at some point.
Yeah, great variant. I love this one right here. This is the book to get right here. The 1 in 200.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because look at that right there. What is that?
Yeah.
It's a real hybrid, like a spider captain hybrid.
Well, that's a rough sketch of
You got it.
Miles Morales 28 variant, right?
Mm-hmm. I like this cover too.
Nice.
Wait. So he's both Spider-Man and Cap?
Yeah.
Check out the Jim Lee variant, or the Jim Lee homage.
This one right here.
Then there's
Mike
a trade.
Mayhew?
There's a
It's-
trade dress.
Oh,
So
this
that's
is bad.
that's X-Men
That's bad.
288. It's kind of like an homage with God. You guys help me
265,
out
right?
here in the chat.
Yeah, Captain America. Yeah. Right?
There's a Jim Lee cover with Captain America and a
Wolverine,
Wolverine.
and Black
And
Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
265 or 265, right?
288 or 266 or 265.
I think it's 265. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember.
$1, Bob.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think this is bad. I don't think this is good. Where's the trade dress version?
Well, yeah, I think the thing about the Jim Lee original is it's so dynamic, Like that's
Mhm.
what
Jim
made it
Lee's
so
line work is
iconic.
so hard to copy.
Look how
Yeah, but this looks like Fumetti again.
Yes,
it's
it
like we're
looks
going
like-
back to that Fumetti shit.
it's what Mayhew has been doing lately, man. His art seems like he's like taking liberties to
buddies.
not doing stuff. It's like he forgot to add a layer or something, It's like he
Guys-
missed like 4 layers of it. Yeah, 268.
Okay, so it's good from far, but far from good is what I'm hearing.
yeah.
I just
The
saw the
Monet.
tiny little screen. I'm like, I definitely recognize that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yes, it's an homage, but like this kind of homage can be done so well. And this looks like you got your friends to cosplay. You took a photo of it and then and you sketched
thought
over
that
it.
was- I thought that was Pikachu for a minute on there.
Wow,
You
this is
tell-
bad. You'll see what Alan Quads look like.
Oh, he looks
Is
white
that like
in that.
is that like Miles Morales when he's 65?
That's weird,
Oh.
man. Here's the Torrin Clark variant.
Also, yeah, Cantankerous, thanks so much for the sticker and the super chat. There's one other cover, you know, I'm a Xenoscope guy.
Oh yeah.
Grim Fairy Tales, Robin Hood, Shadows of the Past. There's a Igor
down here?
Lomov. Let me see if I can.
Is it not on here?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it does look pretty good.
I thought it was Paul Green cover at first, but I'm looking.
I always call him Paul Brown for some reason. Yeah, that's a crazy cover. I love the way Ghost Rider looks, man. I love that look right there.
I saw it earlier. Where did it go? We're on the hunt.
Look at that cover.
Mm.
McGinnis, and he's doing all the monsters, the Universal monsters.
But it's more reminiscent of that other film.
Oh, I could.
From the
He has
80s.
balls. He has nards. Wolfman has nards.
Yeah. What was the name?
Monster
of that film?
Squad.
Oh, Monster Squad. Yeah.
I remember
Got
seeing that
more of
movie in a drive-in because it was sold out everywhere. And my dad's like, "Fuck it, we're going to the drive-in. We're going to see this movie tonight."
McClay, third row from the bottom for that Xenoscope book.
Okay.
And I can see exactly why Brian's into this. Third row from the bottom and third one. Wait, 3, 2. That's 3. Oh, your screen's different. There it is, right there, the orange.
This one.
No, go
Ooh,
back.
look at that one. That one's good too with all the
Yeah.
skulls. All right.
Is that
let me go
Iron
back.
Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be Shadows of the Past, probably.
They want you to think it is.
Yeah.
Right there. Scroll to the right. Go 2 more.
Right there.
Robin Hood, Shadows of the Past 2.
Yeah,
Or
click
Shadows
on that, and then it's that cover right there. Reminds me
Cover
of Paul
C?
Green,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
but it's like Igor Lomov or Igor. Sorry, I'm horrible with names. But
Yeah, that's cool.
just cover art.
Yeah, that's good cover art.
Oh man, I would get a cramp in my neck if I turned that far.
And then also that latest Something's Killing the Children, the Slaughter Pack #2, the David Mack covers for issues 6 through 10 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
$40 or something like that.
Yeah. Dan, did you have any other picks?
You guys said a lot of them, but I guess I'm gonna go with Monkey Prince issue 2 because
Yes.
Gene Yun Lang or Gene, that guy, Gene, the writer. He's a genius, you guys.
Yeah. Where is
He's
it?
extremely good at writing. And so far, this Monkey Prince series is actually really well written. It's putting out a lot of interesting ideas and concepts into the superhero genre.
There you go.
And
Now one more.
I think the Monkey Prince can be
Yep,
a
you just had
really
it.
big character, and not just DC. Like I think in the DCEU, the Monkey Prince can be a huge hit. It's got a Shazam kind of vibe.
This cover right here is good.
It's also about like PTSD in the superhero universe, and Peacemaker dealt with that too. Monkey Prince is dealing with that. I like that aspect.
I love how you can knock off his head and he still lives, and then kick it around.
Yeah, I mean, the Monkey Prince is the Monkey King, right? Is such a historic character. I can't believe it wasn't done already. Actually,
Yeah.
I wrote a pilot about a superhero world, and the Monkey King is in my story, but he's
Didn't
like a
they write
sadist in my story or whatever. And then this came out, and I was like, motherfuck, right? But it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
Didn't they
And
do a anime based on the Monkey Prince, the Monkey King?
They've done I mean, technically Dragon Ball is a retelling of the Monkey King.
Really?
Yes. because
Wow.
he's got the monkey tail and he turns to a giant monkey thing, and it's a retelling of Monkey King actually. And his name Son Goku is Honogong. It's the same. They have the same name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I don't know. People don't know that, but Dragon Ball is Monkey King as well. And
Journey to the West. Is that what
you
it is?
bring it, yeah, Journey to the West, and you bring this into the DCU, like China's gonna go nuts, and they know that, man. Warner Brothers is not, they're aware of the potential in this character. It's huge. But it's well written too. That's the thing. This is a really well written series. It's also still a key we can say you can get the Asian Festival of Heroes, whatever, DC Asian Festival of Heroes, which is the first appearance of this character, which I would recommend picking up, because if this thing blows up, yeah. But it's a well written character, so
That's a tough thing to get too. It's that one you were talking about, that Asian, what was it called?
DC Festival of Asian something, because it was like an $8 book, and nobody wants those anthology garbage books, right?
Yeah.
But it did have the first appearance of this character, and then there's a 1 in 50 variant, which is now doing well, I guess, because since the series came out and people really like the series, so we'll see what happens. But I think it's a no-brainer. I think for this character to enter DCEU is a no-brainer. It would be a mistake not to bring this character into live action.
Now, is this going to be a full ongoing series, or are they maxi series or mini series, or?
I think this is a mini series, but I don't.
Right now it's 2 of 4.
Verify that at the moment.
Oh yeah, I should have read it right there. It says 2 of 4. I'm blind.
And yeah, this guy, Gene Lun Yang. Yes, he wrote American Born Chinese. He wrote Gordon Yamamoto and the King of the Geeks, which is his first series, which I bought. He won that through the Zarek grant made by Peter Laird. Do you guys know the Zarek grant?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of Peter Laird though.
Oh yeah, so he gave out a grant to up and coming comic book creators. David Cho won the Zarek grant. So did I think Jeff Lemire, right? It's like a bunch of big people, yeah. So, and that's great of Peter Laird to do that. He was just giving out grants to but they stopped it because comics became a lot easier to make these days. It's actually easier now to make comics than ever before. So if you ever feel like making a comic, this is the time. It's never been easier. Blah 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 blah. I'm just going off on tangents, but
hell yeah. Amen.
Bunch of great picks. A lot of great books coming out tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, especially Star Wars books. But that's just going to leave us with one more thing. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Alberto, what do you got for us?
My one more thing this week is going to be, we've got some original art going down on Whatnot this Friday, on Friday Night Fire. Follow Comic Man Andy on Whatnot. We have an artist that was going to be dual streaming with us, doing a full-on original sketch on a Darth Vader #1 sketch frame, first appearance of Black Chrysanthemum. So already a decent key. Now she's going to be putting her original art on that front cover, and we're going to be able to watch it for the entire auction while we auction off books. And then her artwork is going to be going up at the tail end of the auction. That is Beth, the Chalk Girl. Check out her on my channel. I just dropped Modern Comic Mondays last night. We did an almost 2-hour interview with Beth. That was epic. All the links are there to follow her and support her and check out her art. Her Star Wars art is, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty effing phenomenal. And the work that I've seen her do has been amazing. So we're going to be able to watch this live on Whatnot Friday while we auction off some books. And then that book goes up for auction at the very end, 9 p.m. Eastern Friday. Follow Comic Man Andy.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great Whatnot idea. That's that's awesome. It's like it's real time. Like, what a great idea. Did you come up with that? How did that happen?
I'm sure somebody thought about it before me, but it's just kind of one of those things where I stumbled on her artwork at a convention recently, fell in love with it, bought it for the wife, contacted her and started asking her about more of her other artwork. And then just the relationship kind of blossomed where all of a sudden it's like trading ideas, her coming on YouTube, and then she's promoting some of her stuff on her Etsy store and all this other stuff. And it just kind of became this very cool mutual relationship of, well, hey, would you be interested in doing a sketch on Whatnot? And she absolutely fell in love with the idea.
So it was your idea, though. That I'm talking about the Whatnot, like the idea of having that on the Whatnot or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sure.
that's great. That's a great idea. No, I'm serious. Like, because it just adds a whole, like a whole other element to it. It's like another layer to the whole thing.
Hopefully it makes it more immersive instead of just staring at a book and then somebody's hands or somebody's face, or like you guys see my ugly mug all the time. And now you guys are actually going to get to see Beth. She's going to be doing kind of like an over the shoulder look at her piece. So you can see her working with her primary element is chalk for her 4 foot by 6 foot chalk pieces, 4 foot by 6 foot. But this comic cover, she's going to use ink, markers, and paint. And I've seen a preliminary idea, and you guys are going to be absolutely blown away when she's done with this.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Every time I hear the word over the shoulder, I hear somebody say boulder holder in the back of my head. So my one more thing is just to say thank you to the community, the comic community, the content creator community, all that stuff lately has been absolutely amazing the last couple of months. So just thanks to everybody that's watches these shows, that is part of the chat, that is creating these shows. It's been awesome lately. So that's my one more thing.
I guess my one more thing is anyway. My one more thing is I binged Peacemaker recently. Okay, so but when I watched it, I was actually profoundly surprised, and I think there was I used to be a literature major, and I'm gonna compare Peacemaker and like what's going on with the DCEU with Marvel as with the comparison between like Dostoevsky and Tolstoy, and how they create story universes, because I think Peacemaker introduced a thing where there is no objective worldview in the story universe. Like everyone has their own subjective worldview, and then the story happens, and there's it's not telling you how to feel. You're just watching it, and there's something really unique about that. And I think that show has the power to kind of bring the right and the left together so they can all enjoy this show in a way that is so refreshing, that I really admire. And I just don't see that anymore. It's usually it's all black and white, but this show is so not black and white. And I think that it just, it speaks volumes about what could happen to the DCEU, and how I think over time it's going to end up making the DCEU take over Marvel. I think they're going down. I'm calling it now, so I can have a video clip here in the future, and then when we see the box offices and it happens, and then I can show the clip, and here's the clip. So hello, 10 years from now, because it's happening.
Yeah. My one more thing also, I'm going to go along with what Brian said, is just want to say thanks to the community, content creators. Thanks to everyone that's in this chat week in and week out. I mean, that's my biggest one more thing. And love Peacemaker. If you haven't seen Uncharted, I can't recommend that movie enough. That's a great movie. I'm excited for Uncharted success because I'm excited for video game movie success, because I want a God of War movie or live streaming show. So hopefully Last of Us follows on those heels and does great as well. But truly, thanks for everyone tuning in, week out. Thanks for people that comment on the replay, and then also thank yous for those that downloads the audio podcast. Thank you so much. With that being said, guys, this is Brian Simmons Comics. We will see you in the next video.
Look. They talking like they don't know a king when they see one. See him in person, he take it back like a refund. Ballin' with my brothers, all my playing D1. Daily checking chicken, he gon' spin it watching reruns. Say they